Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here into another open with me. And I've been waiting for this magazine to arrive. I knew the other two had come, but I was missing one. And so here it is. Anyway, while I'm struggling to get inside it, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And if you haven't already, don't forget to check out my other channels, especially Rocksteady. Right, let's get rid of the address label and we can have a look. So this is the new Crochet Now 36 patterns for all levels, summer crochet sorted, gorgeous garments, must make accessories, stylish decor, an official Bagpuss pattern and an official Bagpuss set. So they've had Bagpuss sets in here before, where they've had Bagpuss crochet hooks and stitch markers, but I've always given them away. So this time round, I don't know. I think I might just try it. It's my favourite size. It's a 4.5. Even if I end up giving the crochet hook away in, I not often put these in orders when people order from me from hobbybox.co.uk. I pop a lot of these freebies in. And most of my crochet hooks, regardless of where they've come from, have gone into orders. I've still got some to put in. But this one may or may not make its way in, depending on how I get on with it. But these bits won't be. Well, maybe that mousy. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's get in. That 20% off Crochet Society. Obviously, they're affiliated. They are part of Crochet Society. And this set is worth $12.95, apparently. We've got a Bagpuss pattern book, as I said. Okay, so the rest is just advertising the same thing. More to struggle with. Yeah, so if you haven't already subscribed to Rocksteady, my other channel, there's lots and lots of stuff, including all the out and about videos for the area, with the exception of one, which, getting this is really struggling, with the exception of one, which is coming up on my channel. Well, it might have already popped up, depending on when this one pops up, for where we buy our pots and stuff, which is a real fun place. So anyway, we're in. Woo woo. Oh, and by the way, if you do subscribe to Rocksteady, could really use some watch time. Okay, skill boosting blanket. A bit of a mosaic pattern going on. Amazing amigurumi. I do like her on the scooter. That's pretty cool. How crochet keeps us happy. 20% off of Crochet Society. As I've been telling you for the last 5 years, I think I've been on YouTube. 4 years? 3 years? I don't know. It goes by in a flash because it's so wonderful. Crochet does, and knitting, they do alleviate stress because they use the same part of the brain that stress occupies and anxiety. So while you're doing it, you are alleviating those problems. Okay, so let's get in. Now that's a nice little tank top. We've also got a dress. Not as nice as the Rowan dress that I had recently in one of my books that I did really want to make. We've got an amigurumi camera. Probably the only one that I'd be able to use properly. A gigantic, I think that's a lemon. I don't know. That don't look lemon-like, does it? Anyway, I think it's a lemon. And we've got blankets. Free King Cole blanket pack when you subscribe. And we've got this summery looking shawl. And lots of other things, obviously, which are listed. Okay. So local news. It kind of depends where you live. Well, it's not local when you've got Wool Shop Direct, is it? It's just a bit of a cop-out. Let's move on. Recycled for big value. At King Cole, we've got recycled yarn. Yeah, I do stock quite a few recycled yarns, but I think there was an awful lot of interest in recycled yarns and being good to the planet and all that at the beginning. But I kind of think it died off. Bit faddy. I'm not sure. What do you think? What are your thoughts on the recycled yarn I mean, I don't mind the recycling, like t-shirt yarn and the Cheney cotton cakes, because I'm a case in point. Here are my Cheney cotton cakes, things that I've made, and they are really, really durable, and it's really good to work with. That is in my shop, by the way, and I made coasters as well, so I can get that, but it's not. And I've made a bucket hat with it, but you can't really wear that as snuggled up kind of soft yarn. I don't know any recycled yarn that's really, really soft, unless you do. Let me know in the box below. Okay, so Fave Yarn Spotlight is Bernat. Yeah, but these are all just adverts under a different guise. I'm moving on. I don't like that when they pretend it's anything other than an advert. It's an advert. Show us your makes. So we've got King Charles here. It's pretty snapper. And Dylan, from the Magic Roundabout. I loved the Magic Roundabout when I was a child. Little Top and Dolly's and Charlie Brown. Another advert. Well, I suppose they make their money somehow. So this is the Happy Snappy camera. It's quite a large amount of instructions for such a little object. Oh, that was by Nikki Robbins. Oh, a name that I can pronounce. There's Nikki Robbins, and this is her Happy Snappy camera. So this one's a bag. That's quite nice. It's very long, isn't it? They've obviously used real handles. When I say real handles, I mean they haven't made them. So this is called Amelia Market Bag by, oh, here we go. There has to be one. Hang on. Blazenka Simic Borrow. I think the C is an itch. Blazenka Simic Borrow. I believe that's what it says. I much preferred saying Nikki Robbins. Never mind. Nice bag though, Blazenka. Very nice. Not sure about the handles. You have to buy those. More adverts. And this is Evelyn. Ruffled top. No relation to Bag a Day's daughter. This is by Rashami Saroda. I think it's Saroda or Sarode. Not sure. But ruffled on the sleeves. That's the only ruffled bit. But nice little jumper for a child. More adverts. Crochet your daily dose of happiness. And this is what I've been saying for the last God knows how many years, so we don't need to go into that. Orchid the owl. I made an owl. I don't do many amigurumis. I made a donut and an owl. I think that's about it since I've been doing this channel. I didn't put them all on. Didn't put the owl on, but I did put the donut on. Okay, so we've got the Colosseum baby blanket. I obviously looked at the blur of blanket. Colosseum baby blanket. Bit of an odd name. Rosina Plain made this one. There she is. That's her. Colosseum. I don't know why they'd call it that. I would have called it mosaic or something along those lines, but got a bit of a chart going on. More adverts. This is the Trevi Shells vest. That's nice though. I like that. And it goes from an extra small up to a 5XL.
I don't know that one.
Didn't ask you. Why does she do that? She's just nosy. This is by Audrey Geiger. I don't think anything I said sounded remotely like the A word. Do you? No, is the answer. Subscribe to Crochet Now. 10 fabulous reasons to subscribe. And there's you join our new crochet along, Cal. Free Kinko yarn bundle when you subscribe. You get 11 balls. But what about us that are already subscribers and we don't get the yarn to make? I know. But funnily enough, I do stock this yarn, so I have every one of these in my shop, hobbybox.co.uk. So I do stock price-wise. And this is a giant lemon cushion, and that's by Zoe Potrak. It looks more lemon-like now. Front cover picture was slightly distorted, and this is what it looks like. That's how big it is. Want to make a giant lemon? And that's your baby. Kerry's journal. We're going to make coasters and bags, and we've got actually we've got a tutorial to make cherries. Want to make cherries for any reason? And I love this though. Audrey and Bruno the Pooch. Audrey. All right. And this is by Pia Simpson. Pia. Goodness gracious. I have got glasses on. That's the worrying thing. Anyway, Audrey and Bruno the Pooch. I do like this. Sort of reminds me of my brother and my sister when they were young, because they were in that age, of mods and went out on scooters. My brother had a scooter with lots and lots of mirrors on it. And my sister's husband, John, was his best friend at the time. And he had a scooter as well. So off they used to go out on their little Vespers and God knows what they were. Lambrettas, probably. Lambrettas, yeah. Anyway, not my era, but definitely theirs. And that's cute as a button, actually. So here we go. That's the rear view. And the front does look like a Vespa, I have to say. Another advert. They're not my adverts. I'm still thinking about putting my ads in, but I've not managed to get hold of any magazines. The only magazine I did get hold of to put an advert for Hobby Rocks was Let's Knit, but then they went and kind of sold it to someone else, and I could go into the newsletter. Yeah, still thinking about that. This is called Beaded Blossom Cushion. I guess there's some beads in those blossoms. Pretty though, but I like my cushions not to be lumpy and not to have heavy kind of detailing that's going to sort of make, I'll lean my arm against them, and have beads and lumps wouldn't really go down too well, I don't think. But it's pretty anyway. This is, oh, hang on. Didn't give her the credit. This is Alice Tarry. Alice Tarry, there she is. Looking splendid in crocheted item. Reflections, Crochet Along Part 2. So this is a blanket. This is the price-wise one, which as I said, do stock it in my shop if you're interested. There is a link in the bottom to my shop, and a couple of voucher codes, one for new customers and one for shipping. If you're not a new customer, you can use either of those if you are. So there we go. This is the Crochet Along. Do you like it? What do you think? Don't know myself. I guess the squares, yes they are. You can see it more clearly on this one. They are squares. So each time we're going to be getting a different square, I guess. And this is the Me Amor Pashmina. I like that. We're calling it a pashmina, are we? When it's a scarf. Never mind. Lisa Hendry. To her, it's a pashmina. And this is the Bella Coco Crochet Chronicles, and she's looking at that. She's got lots of other yarns that she's plugging now because she's no longer affiliated to anything in particular. So this is that lovely yarn that I did get from Hobby. It was that Metallics range. I'm not sure if this is identical to that or if it's, because it doesn't have the same label, but it's more or less the same. I've got tons of it and I've not made anything with it yet. So, but this is the Romany shawl. Looks like about 2 pattern repeat. Basically it's granny square, the kind of vibe going on there. You've got granny patterns and solid. It's not hard. Let's see, does she give me a no, it doesn't say. Oh, it is the Hobby Metallica. I spotted it. Doesn't say how hard it is. Usually they do. They put on their beginner friendly or intermediate. But to me, that looks quite easy because it's just row after row of treble or the granny pattern. So it's not going to be difficult. But this one, this is a little more intricate. This is the dress. Beach Rendezvous dress. Doesn't have a designer attached to it. So it might be, oh, I think it's from Drops Design Team. So it's actually, sometimes they have like a designer that they gives them a pattern, you know, that they're probably affiliated with. And other times it'll be Stylecraft will put one forward. But this one's come from Drops. It's not as nice as the Rowan dress, I don't think. But it's a nice summer dress. But to me, it's got too many rows after row. You know, I don't like that when I see row after row of treble. It's really ugly to me. I don't like it. But they have broken it up with this kind of lacy bits here and there. So it's nice. It is nice. It's a small to a 3XL. Yeah, that's pretty. And there's more about it there. Save 25% when you shop Crochet Society if you're interested. Now, they're still showing Bella Coco yarn, even though she's not part of it anymore. I suppose they've got quite a lot of it with the label on it anyway. Thorough. Oh, through the window. Goodness gracious. Through the window wall hanging. So, you've got a wall hanging that's pretending to be a window. Okay. Maybe if you don't have a good view, that would be a good idea. But here we go. This is the chart, which is quite snazzy. I've been thinking for a long time of making a blind in my bathroom. And obviously I wanted it, before I was thinking of doing it in a nautical design. But you know what, if I just did this on a much larger scale, that would work. Because I just want to cover up my airing cupboard. And I can't put a door on that area. So a blind would be the way to go. And I've toyed with the idea several times of making one with nautical feel. So it might work. I can't see me doing it, mind. Starry Night Shawl by Lily Langman. Does this one have it? Yeah, sorry, Zoe Pottrack. I forgot to say. I like this one. I like this Starry Night Shawl. It's kind of snazzy. Now, some time ago, I wanted to make this Pennies from Heaven shawl, do you remember? Or a scarf, and it reminds me of what I was doing. So it is identical, in fact. Oh my word, it is. It's actually identical to what I was making, which is a bit of a weird thing. Lily Langman, you must have thought about it and copied me. What's the word? Oh, no, it's escaped my brain. Not telekinesis, the other thing. Telepathically, that's the word. More adverts. The book club. What we got today? More Crochet Iconic Women by Carla Mitrani, $15.99 by David and Charles. So we've got women, crochet amigurumi women. I guess there are lots of people that like it. And we've got a freebie one here from that book, and it's Dolly Parton. Missing something vital that is a trademark of Dolly Parton. And I don't mean the guitar, because that's there. But there are two things that I feel are definitely missing from our little Dolly of Dolly. Can you guess what they are, boys and girls? Bet you can. Anyway, it's quite a cute Dolly. Even though it doesn't accurately represent Dolly. This is a oh my word, I'm getting worse. I thought this said pizza. Piazza Cowl. Yeah, it's by Jane Howarth, but it is a lot of repetitive rows. But I guess nice and easy for the beginner. So more adverts, which is probably the sort of place where my advert would appear if it was in there. This is called the Dreamland blanket. And funnily enough, in Kent, we have a fun fair called Dreamland, and it is about that. Look, the blanket is all about the magic of the fun fair. The swirls of brightly coloured rides, the sugary delights, and the all-around joyful atmosphere. So if you fancied Dreamland, it's in Margate. And recently there's been a sitcom or a drama that's all about Margate, and it's called Dreamland, I think, or something like that. Anyway, it's kind of brought it back into the kind of mainstream again. But years ago, Dreamland was a big thing, and we all went there as kids and took our kids when they were born. And then it got sold off and it became Bem Bombs. And at first it was okay, although they started charging entry. But they had decent stuff. And then after a while it just went to rack and ruin. And it's been back to life now as Dreamland again. And they were restoring their historic rides, which is quite nice. So if you're ever in Kent and you decide you fancy a little fun fair, then there's that one there, Dreamland in Margate. Okay, enough plugging Margate. I don't think this one's got a designer. Must be a team again, I don't know. Doesn't say. Oh, no. Is it from the book? It might be. Oh, here we go. Mix and Match. This is extracted from Mix and Match Modern Crochet Blankets by Esme Crick at $16.99 by David and Charles. That's a book. And this is what the book looks like if you're interested in it. But it's a very busy blanket, I have to say. What do you like? Do you? Does it kind of... I made a blanket that was very busy, a bit like this. It was for me to have on my stroller when I looked after the grandchildren. And I had so for instance, I'd have an orange part and then I'd have a complementary bit that was orange and black. So then I would have black with, say, pink, and then the pink would come after that. So there was a progression, and the solid part was always a certain look, and the bit that had the two colours looked like little love hearts. So I had this blanket, which somehow ended up with Tyler, because my grandson Tyler always stole all of the blankets. But this one, this is how it looks. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you think the kind of segments go together? What are your ideas on that? Now they've got surface crochet, treble crochet, stripy diamonds, loopy loops, and bubble bubbles. This is all what's in there, allegedly. Tell me what you think. So now we're on the abbreviations and the hook conversions and all that stuff. Next issue, Tutti Frutti, broomstick lace made easy. We've got skill busting blanket. That's a textured blanket, looks quite snazzy. We've got, perfect match. We've got kids and mummies pullovers. We've got amazing amigurumi free mag and download. And we've got creative designs, King Cole blanket pack when you subscribe and all that, still the same. What do you think? Well, it'll be coming my way because I subscribe anyway. So Lauren Willis, we sat down with the delightful designer Lauren Willis for a crochet catch-up. I've never heard of you, I'm sorry. I think they're famous as far as the editor's concerned, but do we know who they are? If I didn't say every time, this is by Zoe Potchak, would you know? Would you know who that was? Because I know for one, I wouldn't. Anyway, I guess there are people who keep up, maybe one or two, that keep up with all these things that I certainly don't. Anyway, that's a pretty dress. I like that. I'm not keen for me on the sleeves. Well, I'm not keen for me on the stomach. But, that's just for me. But that's actually quite nice. Anyway, that's a sheepies one. And you can get it. I'm not going to hover over it, but there is a doodah. Okay, so that's that. Now, we've also got gifts. We've got the gorgeous Bagpuss. I loved Bagpuss as a child. Absolutely, watched it all the time. And I have lots of Bagpusses. Some of them I've given away, unfortunately, because when I moved, I couldn't bring everything. And I even had a cushion, and I had all sorts. Bagpuss used to sit on Bagpuss's cushion. Some of it may still be around, but not all, sadly. But this is the Bagpuss collection. So we've got a pullover. Thing is with that, although it's a nice pullover, and us as parents who have grown up kind of with Bagpuss around would love that, would necessarily our children, because they're into things now. They're different. Minions, Minecraft, Mario and Sonic have made a resurgence, but has Bagpuss. I never see Bagpuss around. Now this is very similar to one of my Bagpuss. Mine are all fluffy. But wow, look at that. That would be cool to make, wouldn't it? It'd be cool for someone to make me, I have to say. I'm not really good at making these amigurumis. I'm not dedicated enough, but maybe a giant Bagpuss pullover would be nice. Oh, look, a chart. You know how much I love a chart, guys. They could use a chart for a cushion or something. That'd be better. But there we go. That's what my Bagpuss looked like. Fluffy. Oh, wow. So we've got a blanket. That's pretty different, isn't it? Looks like a drawing. And there's the chart for the blanket. So what do you... Oh, look at all the stuff on the back as well. What do you think? Did you like this one? What did you like? I've asked you lots of questions already. Do you remember them? Do you remember who I am? I'm being funny, sorry. Anyway, of course you do. Of course you do, I say. So yeah, there it is. That's the magazine. That's the new Crochet Now. Let me know what you think. Let me know what the answer to all of those millions of questions that I popped up along the way. And what do you think of the next one? I'm not really... it didn't float my boat. When I get it, I hope it meets my expectations a little bit more. Anyway, thank you for watching. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.